Right, I suppose this video is dedicated to all those who hate fractions, alright? Adding and subtracting. I'd like to think that multiplying, dividing, and the previous video, not too bad. Okay, adding and subtracting fractions. Look at I and M. Forget about that decimal one there, don't worry too much about this thing. Right, right, lesson on fractions. Here we go. Okay, how do I add 1/2 and 1/3? It is not 1 and 1 on top, 2 and 5 on bottom. Okay, it's not 2/5. You can't add fractions with different denominators. They've got to be the same. How do you make them the same? That's the biggest nightmare, all right? Well, one quick and easy option, which I'm sure many people have done, is just to multiply those two denominators together. Look at that, 2 and 3. I get 6. That just happens to be the common denominator, okay? And the reason is that 6 can be divided by both 2 and 3, okay? So 2 and 3 will both go into 6. Another way of doing it is looking at this, okay? Right, here's the 2, here's the 3. Lowest common denominators are also lowest common multiples. So think of multiples of these numbers, and then what's the first common one you hit? So 2 and 3, not the same. If I multiply 2 by 2, I get 4. If I multiply 3 by 2, I get 6. So these are multiples, okay? So the first multiple, the second multiple, I've just doubled them, now multiply them both by 3, okay? I'll get 6, and I'll get 9, okay? So I'm multiplying by 1, then I multiply by 2, then by 3. If I keep on going, multiply by 4, I get 8. Multiply 3 by 4, I get 12. But I don't need to go on, because look, that's the common multiple, so it's the common denominator. Okay, that's why the 6 is there. Now, if I've still got to change things, all right, great, but I can't just leave the numerators as they are. How have I changed the 2 to this 6? Well, I've multiplied by 3. So do the same to the numerator. 1 times 3 is 3. So 1/2 is the same as 3/6. And hopefully you should know that. It's like, go backwards. We're reducing a fraction. 3/6 is 1/2. Right, 1/3. I've doubled this to get the new denominator. So if I double the top, I get 2. Now again, remember, we are only adding the numerators. 3, 6 and 2, 6 is 5, 6. Let's erase and get some space. 5, 6 is the answer. It's 5, 6, okay? That's 1/2 plus 1/3, common denominator. Right, let's have a look at this. 3 and 5. Well, let's have a look at multiples, okay? Now, some of you might go in, I know that 3 times 5 is 15. Yes, 15 is the common denominator. Right, 3, 5, okay? Well, if I do a few, okay, 3 will not go into 5. 3 and 5 you can't do anything with. Right, the second multiple of 5, what's 2 times 5 is 10. I'm going to do it on one row, though. Will 3 go into 10? No, okay? The third multiple of 5 is 15. Will 3 go into 15? Yes, it will. Okay, so 15 must be the common denominator. It just says me going 2 3s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 4 3s are 12, 5 3s are 15. Oh, it's 15. Okay, so in other words, but you can do that if you want to. It's like doing a common multiple, it's the common denominator. So let's go for 15s. Okay, we're not adding thirds and fifths, we're adding 15ths. Okay, it was 3. It is now 15. I've multiplied by 5. Do the same to the top. 2 times 5 is 10. Okay? 2/3 is 10 15ths. 10 15ths is 2/3. 5 has become 15. I've multiplied by 3, haven't I? Do the same to the top, the numerator. I'll get that. So the answer is 13. 10 and 3. 15ths, not 30ths. You don't add denominators. Okay? There we go. Right. One more. The reason why I've done this one is I'm not going to use 9 times 6 is 54. It's too big. Okay, you can if you want to, but look, multiples. 6 and 9. 6 won't go into 9. Okay, 9. Second multiple is 9. 2 times 9 is 18. Wait a minute. 6 goes into 18. Look, 6, 12, 18. Right, there we go. That's why it's 18. Okay? 18. 18. I'm going to use 18, not 54. Okay? 9 times 6 is 54. I mean, you can do it. It gets a bit big. You're going to have to reduce. All right? Okay, so from 9 to 18. I've doubled. Double the top, the numerator, I get 4. 2 ninths is 4 eighteenths. 4 eighteenths is 2 ninths. 6 to 18 multiplied by 3. Do the same to the numerator. 1 times 3 is 3. Looks like the answer is 7 eighteenths. Okay, and that is you adding fractions. Oh, let's go and try some. No, I'll come back to that actually. So there's the theory behind it. I'll come back and we'll actually try those in the orders of operation questions.